G'day everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the Joey Wiggle Experience. We've got a very special guest joining us today, and he's got some very, very talented background to his wonderful resume. But before we introduce him, I'd like to also welcome to the podcast my typical co-host and mate, Darby Travers. Welcome back, Darby.
Joey, hello listeners, hello viewers. It is fantastic to be with you. How are you going, my friend?
Doing all right, Darby. It's been a heck of a week, but I'm glad we're back. So I'm very excited on the guest that we've got here today. He has been a very frequent collaborator in my Fand Up Productions. I think honestly, from the very beginning, he was probably one of the first people that I've ever collaborated with on YouTube. And also, he is a very, very talented individual, a very talented singer. He performs all around and we're very excited to have him on the podcast today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jonathan Eid. Welcome to the podcast, Jonathan.
Hello, Joey. It's good to be here. It's great to see you guys.
It's great to have you here, Jono.
Thank you so much.
And as I mentioned earlier, it's just such a privilege to have you on the show because I think honestly, every time that I've done a collaboration with you, whether it's a song or whether it's a fan up, you never cease to amaze me with just the harmonies and all of the singing, the great voice acting. So I just wanted to bring that up because it's honestly like it's always such a privilege to work with you, Jono.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a good pleasure.
So let's go back from the very beginning. So what fascinates me, and I think a lot of people find this fascinating about you, Jono, is that you've got this very strange but talented ability to harmonize songs, and then you can bring sound very magical. And it really fascinates me because it's like every time I need to do harmony work, I'll always come to you. But I'm very fascinated to hear from you. How did you first get into music? What was your inspiration, and what was it that got you into doing harmonies?
Well, it was right back in 2012, 2011. Maybe when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I took singing lessons at a vocal group academy called Sydney Vocal Academy, which is also short for SVA. And the very first instrument that I learned to play was piano. And let me tell you, back in the day when I was around 8, most of the students, actually, no, before that, most of the students were, it was just the four of us. There was like four students, including me, and we were learning how to sing, and then we were just kind of messing around with the vocal warm ups, and we did a couple of songs, and we used to do like gigs, like gigs like a few Sundays, and then a few years later, I first taught myself, actually, my first ever piano teacher. I can't remember her name. It was 2015. I learned how to play piano and stuff. And then, actually, at the same time, I think my former music teacher, Tim Moxie, if that's his name, he kind of harmonized a little bit. And I kind of learned how to harmonize as well. I think it was more like the low parts. And then ever since then, I listened to like a bunch of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons records every time. Right, right after I watched the Jersey Boys movie, and I tell you what, Jersey Boys was a great movie back in the day,
Oh
and
yeah,
I thought,
musical too. Yeah.
yeah, I thought the harmonies were like really blowing my mind. So I think I started trying to do those harmonies back in. I think it was around when I started listening to the Pentatonics. I tried
Mm.
making like an a cappella cover of the Pentatonics. I tried to hear the harmonies. I think the first one I did was Daft Punk, and I gotta tell you, the audio was just crap. The audio was terrible because all I had was the little headset mic, because you can't. It was from a vocal a cappella app, and it told me to use a microphone because without a microphone, it wouldn't have any sound. So that was before I started finding out about um, what do you call it? Kind Master. I suppose it's called something else. Um, but yeah, ever since then, the harmonies. I think that's all I can remember how the harmonies are getting on, which was great. Let me tell you that.
It's honestly because it's just I don't know what kind of training you did or how long you because Because you mentioned this Tim fella. I think what was his last name again? Sorry, because I felt like wasn't he on The Voice or something?
Moxie.
Moxie, yeah. I feel like that rings a bell because I think I might have heard of him at one point.
Oh yeah, I think yeah the song that he did. I can't remember the name of it, but I
Thinking out loud, I
sung
think that was the one I saw on YouTube with you doing it. I think that was the one.
yeah, and I think the song goes you. Are... I can't remember the full name, the full song title, but yeah,
Gee, you're
he,
good. Yeah, you're very good, Jono. It's Darby Travers here, mate. Look, I've had a look at your Instagram, and I haven't really spoken to you, but I've obviously worked with you in some of Joey's fan dubs, and I gotta say, some of your singing clips and the clips you post up on your Instagram, they're very very good.
thanks, thank you very much. I just listen. Sometimes I listen songs by reading music, but other times I just memorize the songs by ear. Let me tell you
Yeah.
that.
Do you have a favorite artist, a favorite song, or favorite songs that you like singing or listening to?
Apart from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons and the Pentatonics, of course,
Yeah,
I also
Pentatonics. Aren't they
yeah
good?
yeah
Yeah.
they're great. Let me tell you that. I also like a bit of the Cockroaches, the Beach Boys, a bit
Mm.
of Shirelles, and what's his name, Michael Jackson, Elvis
Oh
Presley.
yeah,
They were the big
yeah.
stars.
All the big
Oh,
stars.
who
Yeah.
else? Who else? Oh, there's so many. I can't remember them all.
I
There's
feel you.
loads of
I
there's loads of
sometimes I
people.
sometimes feel like that too. I feel like it's hard to pick between certain artists and favorites too. But you mentioned the Beach Boys as well, which is fascinating because it's like I've honestly started listening to them a fair bit more recently too. And I think even before the late Brian Wilson passed away, I think it was just the hit. And then also, I remember watching the movie Love and Mercy. I don't know if you've seen that, and it was just so fascinating to see just like how he did it all by ear, and it's just like it's kind of scary how he was able to like not scary in a bad way, scary in a really good way, as in like his just ability to do all of the harmonies and make it sound so crisp and so heavenly. It's just and that's what that's what fascinates and I think that's why I just love working with people who can harmonize, and I think that's why I've always become so drawn to working with you, Jonah, just because I feel like your ability to do that, and I feel like tell me if I'm wrong, but like the ability for you to do that in some ways by ear is just unbelievably talented.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Sometimes when I give the backing vocals to you, whether it's for a fan dub or a cover, or and someone else is gonna do the harmonies, I feel like I'm not just giving you the backing vocals, but I'm also kind of your vocal arranger.
Yeah,
To teaching the other people how to do the harmonies.
yeah. I feel like that. Yeah.
Yeah, which has been really
Just yeah,
crazy.
just on those harmonies, could you maybe talk us through the process of actually doing the backing vocals for Joey's fan dubs? I mean, I would imagine quite a bit of work would go into that.
Okay. Well, I what I did was I put a camera like this, like front, like I was standing up and putting on a stand somewhere, and then I used another phone with the ear, with the what do you call them,
Earbuds.
the earbuds, whatever, um, and then I plug it into the phone and I put it in my ears and just listening through the song and then just going through the harmonies one by one. I think I think most of the time I was singing the parts like I said to myself, if I was doing the first harmony, I would sing something like really high, like soprano or tenor. And when I say the second harmony, it's somewhere in the middle, which was kind of alto or baritone, per se. And for the third harmony, I would say it was low. I meant something like lower down, like really low, like bass mostly. And sometimes if I haven't heard a song before and I first started listening to it while I was recording, I
A
kind of
lot.
just
I feel like that's happened a lot.
yeah, I kind of just take it one step at a time and just find out where the original backing vocals are. Like, for example, up there Kazali and One Day in
Which Darby also
September.
did, yeah. Mm,
Yeah,
Ah, yes, I forgot about that. In fact,
and I
of course, the AFL Grand Final this weekend. Go the Mighty Cats.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I
Oh yeah,
also
oh yeah, that's right. Hold on, I was going to say we'll find out who what the result is. I don't know what the result is because of this episode being recorded.
Yes, yes, yes. This episode is being recorded before the the grand final, everybody. So there you go.
Yeah,
yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so what I was about to say was that I tried simplifying the backing vocals into creating something new, like a bit of the oohs and the ahs and a bit of the sayings, kind of like the Four Seasons style, like how Bob Gaudio and Tommy DeVito and Nick Massey did back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I tried. I did it all in one take. I normally do it. I normally do things in one take.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say because the ones you send me, I feel like you managed to just do all the harmonies for a particular album in just maybe less than an hour, and it's just that's what fascinates me. Is like not only will you do the harmonies, sometimes you'll do certain harmonies that I've never expected to hear or heard before, and I think most of that I think is what you said is inspired by your inspiration of the Four Seasons and Frankie Valli and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, ever since the Jersey Boys, I watched back in 2014 the movie. I became a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons fan, and I've got a big box. I got a big collection box called "Working Our Way Back to You: The Ultimate Collection," and
Yeah.
don't ask me how I got it. It was like all collections, it's very expensive.
Yeah, I can
And
imagine. Because if it's a vinyl, it'd be really pricey.
yeah, and then and then for the lines, which we'll probably get to that in a second. I also do the lines in one take, and
And they
and there
somehow
are
work for
some
some reason.
and there were some bloopers that I did. I tried reading the script and then saying it in like an Anthony voice or an Antoine voice, and some of the lines I completely messed up on. Oh, I remember one time it was, oh my god, it was like, and sometimes whenever I whenever I messed up the lines, I kind of swore like there probably
Nah,
just a
it's
few
okay.
curse
Yeah,
words in the bloopers. I would say that,
yeah,
and other times I would say something like, "Hang on, let me try that again," or sometimes I say the lines and it just doesn't feel right. Let me tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah, it would be something like that.
You know, and I'm not to be like Sometimes when I do get those videos, because then I compile them all together and all the harmonies and stuff. Sometimes I'll hear something and it's like it sounds really good, and then you were like, oh no, I gotta try again. And I'm thinking, no, because I was really enjoying it, and then it means I have to go all over again and find, the same harmony and then line them all up. But overall, other than those moments, for me personally, I honestly every time I compile them together and then I listen back to it, my jaw drops every single time, just because it's like I can't even think of anyone else that I know who I've collaborated with who's able to do that like so really, really well.
Yeah, well, I
It's a
gotta
very
say,
strange and talented ability, and I feel like you should be really proud of that. And I think that all of that comes down to, I think, one, experience, two, training, and three, just passion as well. Like because it would all have to come down to passion. There's no way anyone can do that and not love it. You know.
yeah, thanks a lot, Joey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I always try my best to memorize the lines or try and simplify the lines that I'm saying, the dialogues, and the vocals and the backup vocals too. And I think it kind of reminds me of the very first, like I wouldn't say fan dub, but the mini fan dubs on TikTok. It was like February 2021. It was the Hip Hip Hooray song from the
Oh yeah,
Hillbillies, and
that. Well, actually, that's interesting because it's like the first time we met, it wasn't the way people expected it to be. Like all it was is actually you can tell this story because I feel like I don't want to spoil it for myself, but you know it better than me because you are on YouTube. And yeah, but actually, what I can say is the first time I saw Jonathan was back in 2020. I don't know what month it was exactly. It might have been late 2020, mid 2020. And I think I came across your videos, which was called the Jonathan Gang, and you were in the middle of singing a song called "Dancing in the Kitchen" by Franciscus Henry, and it's just like, and I thought, oh no, someone's lip syncing, and then I saw the video, and it's like, oh wait, no, you're actually singing the song, and then you're singing it really well. I'm like, what? So then I was really, and then I also saw that you uploaded the Hooly Doolies albums too, because I was but we love the Hooly Doolies in Australia. For those listening in the States, like it's
I
pretty much like our Aldi Wiggles, if you consider it. But overall, they were very talented. And
thanks.
what happened was I came across one of his videos, and you can explain the rest if you want, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think it was one of the videos. I think it was "Keep on Dancing."
Q
I
and A.
could
I
be
think it
wrong.
was a Q and A. Yeah,
Oh, Q&A, yeah. And then actually, no, I'll get to that in a second. But in the dancing in the kitchen, I think you were saying something like, "Could you try maybe send the album digitally?"
yeah,
Actually,
because you
I
uploaded
also
them all. Yeah.
yeah, I also send Joe Wiggles albums digitally from a laptop, which is my dad's laptop, but he didn't mind. And yeah, it was the Q and A. The first Q and A. I think it was December 2020. I could be wrong, but he was asking me like, "Yo, do you want to do a collaboration on TikTok sometime?" Like, yeah, and then he just gave me that email, and then I would say, "Sure, I'd be happy to." Yeah, and then back in the day, I sent him lots of great albums, like Hooly Dooly's albums. I
Yeah.
think some of the
Well,
rare high.
it was the Hooly Doolies first,
Yeah, and then I
and I feel
sent.
like yeah. Sorry. Yep.
No, sorry. And then I think I sent him some high five albums as well, rare ones. And the Playhouse Disney ones, I remember that. And
Yeah.
what else is there? I think some of the rare, like Mike Jackson a little bit. I
Mike
think
Jackson. I
Monica
feel
Trap
yeah.
I think Monica Trapica, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
George Spartels. And then that Christine Anu one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well, because Jake Sadler also helped. I think honestly, can I just say, I feel like uploading the Hooly Doolies albums is what helped me get in contact with Jake Sadler, who then offered to help upload the 0 to 9 series and the stories and songs collection from 1993 that also included the Wiggles. And I think from that point on, that's just kind of what I've been known for on YouTube. I've been uploading just albums that are mostly rare and non-digital, or just ones that are like really hard to find in store. So I think honestly, if I can count back to my earliest exposure to uploading albums and inspiration, I'll probably go back to that one.
Yeah. And there's also one album that I gave Joey. It was um it was back in like I don't know if I should be talking about that, but
Yeah, no, I think I know
it
what you're going to talk about.
it
I think I
was
know who you're going to talk about, and
it
I've
was yeah,
basically, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. He was removed from the recent upload of "It's a Wiggly Wiggly World" for the
yeah,
reasons that we all know. So I
yeah.
think I know what you're talking about.
It was the Rolf Harris sing along album.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
originally gave it to you, but you kind of like bulked the
I just
idea of uploading it because of his
because of the convictions, yeah,
sexual
all of that stuff.
crimes back in 2014, I think.
Yeah,
But it kind of doesn't matter anyway because it
yeah,
was a
no,
long
that's
time
okay.
ago. And yeah, long story short. And I do remember also sent you that new McDonald's Farm album and Active Kids, and there's so many more I could possibly imagine. I
Active
remember,
Kids, I remember. I think, yeah,
and also and also these two Lala's Big Light Band albums that were never released on iTunes. Yeah, most of the albums I have, they were never released on iTunes.
yeah.
Let me tell you that. Maybe they did back in the day, but it was like they kind of removed for some strange reason.
The Lala's Big Live Band, that's a catchy theme song. Lala's Big Live
Live
Band,
band,
butter, butter,
yeah.
butter, Lala's Big Live Band. In fact, I think
Yeah.
one of the members of the Lala Big Live Band performed at one of the, was it Wiggles reunion shows a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was the fire it was the
Oh, was it?
bushfire relief concert in 2020,
I didn't know
January
that.
17th.
Yeah, that wasn't, well, it didn't
'Cause
end
I know,
up
'cause I
being
know,
a good night, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because I know Nathan Foley performed there too, but I didn't know. Yeah, they performed. I mean, she performed there too.
Yeah, and of course, Greg having his incident at the end of the night, but thankfully, thank God he pulled through and he's back up there doing his thing.
Yeah, back up doing his thing, and in Annie as well.
Yes, we mentioned on the last episode, the sun will come out tomorrow. He's so good
Oh
in Annie,
yeah.
playing FDR President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the US president there in Annie the musical, which I believe is still playing in Melbourne, folks, at the time of
Yeah,
this episode coming out. So definitely get your tickets and check it out.
Oh yes.
and I was gonna say, Jonathan, the show was in Sydney as well before it came to Melbourne. Did you happen to see it?
So wait, see what?
Annie the musical, because it was in Sydney before
Oh,
coming to Melbourne, and yeah,
mm, no, I don't think I have seen it, but maybe I should go watch it sometime.
well, it's in Melbourne at the moment, so I'd probably get some flight tickets
Yeah, no,
as
I, I,
well.
I saw it on its first day in Melbourne at one of the previews, and it was really, really, really great show. Another show that I'm looking forward to seeing, and this might be of interest to you, Jonathan, MJ the Musical is currently
Oh yeah,
on in Melbourne at
yeah.
the Her Majesty's Theatre.
Speaking of which, I saw MJ the musical back in May, late
Oh, yeah,
May, I
yep.
think. I
How
also
was it?
saw. Oh yeah, it was great. It was great. It was really big and powerful, and it was like I think they had like a couple of jump scares, including the thriller. Let me tell you that.
Ah,
And I
yeah.
oh, and another musical I saw back in the day was 2023. It was Elvis the musical, and unfortunately, it didn't tell us the whole story. It just told us part of the story all the way to 68, the comeback. But in the
I think that's
movie,
yeah. People
in the
people have the same opinion too about the show MJ show going all the way up before the allegations and stuff. Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah, the Michael Jackson didn't tell us the full story either. It just came up to the part
Which
in
I guess
seven.
honestly, I guess in a way you kind of that's probably like the last moment where his life was very innocent. I mean, not is I don't know about his, but really peaceful before all of the accusations came in. So I guess yeah, you don't want to kind of put it on a downer after that one.
Yeah, that one was like fire. I tell you
But
that.
I can't wait to see the show. I'm very excited. I think
Yeah,
it's arrived in
and
Melbourne,
I've
so yeah.
and I've also heard there'll be a movie of the MJ musical coming out
Hmm.
on October. I really hope it tells us the
Yeah.
full story. I really hope it does,
What is
all
it?
the way
Is it
to
a
his
pub?
death.
I thought it was from last time. I think it was. See, it's really confusing because it's like I keep hearing it and then they keep changing it. And I think what I heard last time is that they were gonna because the film was 4 hours. I heard, and they said they were planning to make it into two parts, which honestly understandable. If you're watching a 4.5 hour movie, it's like you
Oh
get.
yeah,
But again, it is Michael Jackson, so he's got a lot of we got a lot of his life to cover at the same time.
yeah. It also kind of reminds me of Wicked as well,
Yeah, Wicked as
last
well.
because
Second
last
part
year
comes out this year too.
everyone watched Wicked, and then I saw people getting depressed that they have to wait for the second Wicked movie for a year, and it's
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of Wicked, I saw the musical when it was in Melbourne a whopping 27 times, can you believe? I'm a big
Oh, better
fan
than me.
of.
wow.
I only saw it once, man. That's a record.
Yeah, big fan
Oh
of Wicked. I,
yeah.
I saw it a bunch of times, but compared to other Wicked fans, I'm doing okay. I know one girl who's flying all over the world. She flew recently to Korea to see it in Korea. She went to Perth, then she went to Singapore, and now it's showing in Seoul or wherever it is in, I don't know, South Korea somewhere. And she flew, I think she's seen it like 90 something or rather times.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Was
uh,
that
that's commitment.
was that Ariana Grande? who was flying.
Well, in the movie,
What?
yeah, Ariana Grande is, of course, Glinda in the movie, but in the Australian production of Wicked, it was the role of Glinda was played by Courtney Monsmer, and
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
who you may know from Frozen the musical, and Frozen was on Courtney and Gemma Ricks. They were the leading ladies playing Elsa and Anna in Frozen the musical. But no, Courtney returned to the stage, this time as Glinda, alongside of Sheridan Adams here from Melbourne, and she was really terrific in the green.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, and come
pretty
to think
interesting.
of it, I just realized there's someone else who I think we should obviously try and get on the show in the future if we can. Mr. Simon Burke, he'd be a great guest too because I think he was great in the musical too.
Yeah, he
And
was
Simon
the
Burke.
wizard in Wicked.
he's
Yeah.
a legend. He's a legend of theater as well. And
Oh, oh yes. Wait, Simon Burke, you say?
yeah, Simon
The
Burke.
guy from Play School? Oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. We have to remember the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Wicked has played in Melbourne, well, in Australia, several times. It was first here in 2008, then it came back in I think 20, could be wrong, 2012, 2013,
yeah.
and now
Yeah.
it's back in. But originally, the Wizard was played by Bert Newton. You know, TV legend Bert Newton. He was
I
the
think it was no.
original.
Oh
I
yeah.
read it was well, it was Rob Guest, but then he sadly passed away during the production, and then Bert Newton took over. That's from what I read.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Bert Newton, I can recall seeing the original cast as a youngster, and Bert was up there. You know, what does the wizard sing? What's wonderful? They'll call you wonderful, da da da,
I
wonderful. That's the wizard's
I
little cameo in Act Two.
I don't remember that song in the original movie, but there's something I do remember. The great
Well,
Oz has spoken. I think he said that.
in The Wizard of Oz, yeah. Well, there's differences between The Wizard of Oz and Wicked. Wicked, we've seen part one of the Wicked movie, and part two is coming out the same time as part one came out, which I think is in November, early December.
November, yeah, it'll be in
November, yes,
November.
yes, yeah.
And then as
Can I also
yeah.
say there was another production. I mean, The Wizard of Oz, the original movie, it's important because it's such a masterpiece. But they've also recently had a showing of it at the Las Vegas Sphere. And have you actually seen the videos of it? How mental is it? It's basically because the Sphere in Las Vegas is pretty much just this giant orb, and it just covers the entire arena, and then they've played the whole movie so it feels like a really virtual experience and you feel like you're actually there, and it's covering the whole stadium, and it's so insane if you've seen the videos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think
I
so.
don't think I've seen The Wizard of Oz, but I did see some clips when the Backstreet Boys were performing in the Las Vegas Sphere. And you know, I want it that way, and it's you're in like this
Oh
dome, and it's
yeah.
just everywhere you look. It's you know, there's
Definitely watch the was Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. It's mental. It is crazy how they've taken a classic movie. Unpopular opinion, I think they unfortunately cut down 30 minutes of the film, which I think they didn't need to at the first place, but overall
Oh
looks
yeah.
spectacular.
yeah,
Oh
we'll have
yeah.
to
That's
check that out.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. And you know what the thing is for me, the Backstreet Boys kind of reminds me of NSYNC because they kind of have similar
Yeah.
songs, sounds, and something like that.
Mm.
Similar
Except
dance
NSYNC is
moves.
like globally, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're fairly similar. I couldn't tell apart of which one's NSYNC or which one's the Backstreet Boys, but
Well, it's easy. You can just you guess which one is a Timberlake.
oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, definitely.
have you seen that? By the way, have you seen those videos of him like just he's at his, there's the memes of him at his concert, and then he just he pretty much turns away from singing and puts the mic towards the crowd, and then we have to sing along to his songs, and it's like it's funny, but at the same time, I'm thinking I'm not paying $500 to sing to him. I want him to sing.
Unless you're a national performed singer, a national born singer, then maybe you could sing to him and impress him. I'd say
Yeah,
that.
it's like, but you get all of us to do it, and it's kind of like, can you please sing? We don't want to sing. You sing. We paid for you.
Oh my gosh. That's so
Uh,
that's so great. He doesn't like well, he doesn't say something like, "Come on, everybody sing," like Frankie Valli does in some of the shows. He just picks out a random person and sings for
yeah.
him. And I was like, it's completely different. I'd say
Oh,
that.
speaking of Frankie Val, I'm just interested. Have you ever actually seen him perform live? Because I noticed that you've been talking about him as your inspiration for harmonies, but I'm just curious. Have you ever actually watched the man perform live? I don't know if you will now because it's obviously a very different story, but in the past, have you? Because
Well, su-
yeah.
surprisingly no. But I've
Ah.
seen his videos back in the day and they've been and I think my one of my friends named George Music for All Four Seasons, which is a YouTube channel, he finds rare Four Seasons stuff like live footages and audio tracks and
Mm.
also Mo West Chameleon, which is another YouTube channel, which he finds pretty rare unreleased stuff like the unreleased alternates of some of the alternates that are not in the snapper box that I have, which I said that a few minutes ago. But yeah, I can name a few like the rehearsals of the night, and also what else is there? The alternate, the early version of the East meets West, which he collaborated with the Beach Boys, and
Oh wow, that would have been crazy. I'd loved it. Is that wait? Is that on YouTube or is it like still secret? If they're keeping that a secret, I'd be furious.
he posts some of the things on YouTube. Yeah, most of them he posts on YouTube, and I think the rest is lost in history. Let me tell you that.
Oh God, just you want so much to find them. I want to see if he collaborated a lot with the Beach Boys. I don't know if he had or hadn't. I might be assuming this, but man, that'd be insane to listen to because then you hear their harmonies and the Beach Boys harmonies, and you put them together, and it's just yeah. I honestly. I feel kind of, and if I'm going to be honest, man, as much as I love seeing Frankie Valli still going, it also kind of makes me sad because he's in his 90s and it just you look at him perform. I don't know what because I've seen you make a video about it, Jono. I don't know about you, Darby, but if you've seen the video of him performing, it's just he looks really like I'm just gonna be this. I'm gonna be really nice about it, but he or say this in the nicest way possible, but he looks like an animatronic. I don't know how else to describe him. He literally looks like an animatronic on stage.
I suppose so too, and there are some shorts that I've seen of him maybe falling asleep or
Mm.
maybe
I mean,
trying
he
to
is
fall off the
90 something,
stage,
yeah.
but it was all AI. It was all AI generated.
Yeah.
But
It makes me sad too, because it's like I think he's a very, very talented singer. I think he's one of the honestly the best. Like honestly, apart from Brian Wilson, he's one of the best when it comes to harmonies. It's just and just as I just wish they would make him. I mean, unless he wants to perform, if they're making him perform, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like you shouldn't like unless he actually wants to do it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the same way too. But
Mm,
he made a commitment on one of the news reporters saying that he's doing great, and they still going. I think that's all I can remember.
yeah.
Not sure until to this very day, but we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I
What
mean, surely
a
he'll retire soon eventually. Like, I'm thinking, like, there's got to be a point where he's going to stop. Like, he can't go on like that forever.
Yeah,
Unless he
speaking
wants to.
of speaking of Brian Wilson, what a sad loss that was when we lost the great Brian Wilson, of course, famously known for performing with the Wiggles in that classic song from the Hoop-De-Doo
He,
album.
he didn't actually perform with the Wiggles. That was a cover of his song. But yeah, I
I
know
don't
what you
know.
mean.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was a big shame.
Yeah, oh man, that would have been something. That would have been
Big, big
something to get
shame.
Brian Wilson to perform with the Wiggles. That would have been what an event that would have been.
But yeah, the
Right.
Wiggles famously covered Brian Wilson's song "Little Children," so it was
Mm,
yeah, very sad when he passed on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
definitely.
what's even sadder, I think, for me, thinking about Brian Wilson was just like, yeah, he's gone, but also at the same time, I feel like he's suffered too much. Like, he had mental problems since his 20s, and I just feel like that's so long. Like, that's so painful. It's so terrible that he had to live a life like that. He was a very talented man, but, I don't wish on anyone to go through whatever he went through personally. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
very depressing.
that song "Little Children," that in my opinion is one of the best OG Wiggles songs of all time. It's just so like it's up there. It's such a catchy song. Marching along, singing a song, da 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 da. It's so good. Such a vibe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It was a great pleasure for him all the years. Let me tell you that.
Now, just on Wiggly songs, Jonathan, I'd love to know some of your favourite OG tracks over the years.
Oh, I have so many, but apart from the main ones, I'm gonna go through some of my favorite unmain ones, like Time Me Kangaroo Down Spot, which was no longer in the digital versions. Tabanaba,
Oh,
One Little
yeah.
Coyote, Wiggly Trail, Swim Like a Fish, and what else is there? What's This Button For? Great song.
What's this button for?
Yeah,
That's such a good song with Captain Feathersword and the aliens. Was that on the Space Dancing album? Pretty sure it was.
yeah. It was originally on the Wiggle Bay
Ah,
album because I'm pretty sure Space Dancing has a short amount of songs, and they had to put it on that album.
yep.
But they did make a single called Eagle Rock back in the day. I also liked Calling All Cows, and the Dancing Flowers. They did that
And they were
recently.
blue, ba da ba ba,
Ba-da-ba-ba,
and red, ba da
ba-da-ba-ba.
ba
Like,
ba,
these
and
harmonies are
yellow, ba da
crazy.
ba ba, and purple. That's such a good
Purples.
song. Yeah. In fact,
And the,
that's from Top of the Tots, isn't it? That Top of the Tots?
the Dancing Flowers? No, it was
Yeah.
from
Oh,
it was
no.
from Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins.
Ah, Wiggly Gremlins, was it? Yeah.
Yeah. But it did have a song called Picking Flowers.
Ah, maybe that's what I'm getting confused with. Yeah, picking
Oh
flowers
yeah.
and the dancing flowers. There you go.
Yeah. And there's loads of great songs I remember back in the day. The other favorite of mine was from their debut album, and I'm not sure what it's called, but it was going something like with the tin whistle. I'm
Oh,
pretty
now
sure it's
what's the name of that song? It's the March of I
the
can't remember.
Montanisa. Is that
Montenegro, yeah, something along those lines. In fact, that same tune, if you're an AFL fan, you might know the Adelaide Crows, the pride of South Australia, and we're known as the Adelaide Crow. It's to the same sort of
Oh
tune.
yeah,
Yeah, in fact, I think even the Werribee Tigers in my local Victorian Football League, from the playing fields of Melbourne to the stands of Chutai Park, they use the same, same tune, same backing.
yeah. And I have loads of favorites. I'll name a couple more. There's also the what's it called? The Love Trains. Good song. And there's also some alternates, the alternate Wiggles too. Like I can't remember all of them, but the Sporting Salsa. I can remember one of them. Elbow to Elbow. It's a good song.
Elbow
Uh,
to elbow, that's a good one. Yep.
yeah. Blow Me Down. I never forgot about that one. Uh, hey, hey, we're all pirate dancing. Good song. And I think that's all I can remember. I
Yeah.
could go on forever, but I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've
speaking of
named some
which,
absolute hits there, Jono.
oh yeah, definitely. They could have re-recorded the some of the songs that I mentioned. I think they re-recorded some of them, but they probably didn't have time to re-record all of them because that would be like I don't know. Maybe they just try to pick some of their favorites and just put them in the Wiggle and Learn album, which is the 100th album of the year. And speaking of which, there will be a new Tree of Wisdom album, which most people might not be excited about because let me tell you, the Tree of Wisdom is kind of like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a new popular thing for the newer children because of his dance moves. He was kind of like a modern Elvis Presley, let me tell you that. Because he was doing something like and this and I'm pretty sure that he was like I don't know how he got his dance moves, where he got these dance moves from, but he was like the crazy man. It was like the crazy tree. I was like shuffling all the leaves and shred off. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for that part. I would say so. But what do you guys think of the new Tree of Wisdom album? I can't remember the full name, but what do you guys think of the album that's going to come out in October?
Yeah, isn't it called Bush Stuff? I'm pretty sure the album's called. It's called Bush Stuff. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. Is it Bush Stuff?
Bush, something like that.
Bush Stuff. Yeah, well, look, I'm not. Well, I know the Tree of Wisdom is a bit of an international TikTok sensation. He's very viral online, and the mum and dads love him. He's, pretty viral on TikTok. But I don't know. I never really got into the Tree of Wisdom. Although I did think that their recent version of what was that song? Let me tell you an interview with an
Oh, the
old
old
man
man
named
Emu.
you. That was a pretty good
Yeah.
version they did on the Wiggles YouTube channel with the I don't know, they had like a the Tree of Wisdom was holding a I don't know, like a puppet thing, and it was and the Wiggles were in the background dancing, and it was just like a remix, doof doof doof, really cool version.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. And also, I really enjoyed those AI 70s albums, like the two Wiggles ones and that High Five one. It was kind of I don't know how you did it, but you just did. It was like it was like similar, but it was way back in the. It sounded like it was recorded way back in the day, like a Motown mix. Let me tell you that. It was like it gave me that Motown disco flavor. Let me tell you that. Yeah, those
Oh
albums are
yeah.
great.
You mean sorry, you mean the Motown, was it the disco stuff, the 70s disco?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's strange because it's like just having to do that. I didn't know it was gonna like turn out the way it did, and I honestly am just surprised to see it like sound that good.
yeah, yeah, and then and then those
But that's why I'm
extended
not making it all
versions.
the time because I feel like, nah, dude, I'm gonna pretty much risk my channel being seen as just AI if I keep making these albums. They're very special occasion albums, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's really really true. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward. I am really looking forward to those new fan dubs in the near future, like that
Rupert
Rupert
and the
song,
Frog song, yeah.
yeah, which I recorded the lines to, and
It's gonna sound good,
maybe
guys.
some,
Trust me. Yeah. I think it's
yeah,
already on my Patreon exclusively to be listened to as a sneak peek because I just don't want to spoil it for everyone yet.
yeah, and also that Racing to the Rainbow one. I'm really looking forward to that,
Yeah.
and hoping
And also
to,
I'm just gonna say everyone's been asking me about it. I'm just gonna say, look, I've got the casting down. I've just been really busy with the other fan dubs, so I will get that down sooner or later. So don't worry about it. It will still happen. And believe me, it's going to be a very big cast. I'm very excited about that next
yeah,
year. But
probably
yeah,
as
there's a few more surprises along the way. So yeah.
yeah, probably as big as the Wiggles movie fan dub. Which,
Oh, for
speaking of
sure.
which, there's another thing. I remember auditioning for the role of Anthony. I was in the cinema room, like just chilling, and you messaged me like, "Yo, do you want to be introduced to the fan dubs?" And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?" And then I think I was the one who brought Isaiah and Tristan
You
to the
brought
group.
Tristan. I remember you offered Tristan. So yeah, that was great to call him because he does a spot on Murray as well. I think the casting really works well, to be honest, because I think each of you guys have like such distinct personalities related to the role.
And I originally auditioned as Jeff because I'm like mostly I look a bit like Jeff, and one of my favorite colors is purple. But then you asked me to do the voice to audition for Anthony, so I did both. And
Well, because
I
I had a
don't.
really good feeling about Anthony too. I had a really good feeling about you being Anthony just because of the way you sing, and talk.
And I remember doing Mrs. Bingo. I did both I did both of the lines for Anthony and for Mrs. Bingo, and then there was going to be another girl who's
Yeah.
originally going to do Mrs.
Oh,
Bingo,
Natalie.
but
Yeah. I mean, that really frustrated me because she didn't get back to me after a while, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to use Jonathan as Mrs. Bingle, which is a shame, really, because it's like some people came up to me and was like, "Oh, you didn't have enough women in your fan up," and I'm thinking, well, where were you when I had the auditions? Like I hold auditions every time I do these kind of fan dubs because I want to make it fair for people who want to be a part of something that it's hard to be a part of. Gives them an opportunity to practice on voice acting as well. As Moses said himself, he said he likes doing the fan dubs because it helps him practice his voice acting. I think a lot of people take a positive experience from even being a part of the smallest role.
oh
Because
yeah.
it's yeah.
But I'm glad no one knew the I'm glad no one knew it was me who was doing the voice acting. I'm glad they thought it was different now because I have a really high range, like a high vocal range.
Yeah.
I mean, I
So
started
like
having a vocal.
as a tenor or a baritone?
the, the tenor. I think it was more like a soprano, to be honest. With all these Frankie Valli songs in my head, and I think I was saying something like, for Mrs. Bingo, I was saying something like, "What a wonderful performance! Even though this trick doesn't seem to work," and I'm glad no one knows that it was me. I'm glad everyone thinks I was a girl. I would say that.
Yeah. I think that head voice. That's the right way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a falsetto range, the head
Yeah,
voice.
falsetto, that's right. Yeah. So falsetto, so I guess which is really helpful because when you're doing the harmonies, you've got the ability to even sustain the falsetto voice so then it can mix in with all the other singing that you've done. And I really enjoy it because it's just like I mentioned earlier, no one can do it as good as you, as far as I'm concerned. Every time I'm doing these projects, you're always the first person I go to for these kind of things because it's just you always manage to make it sound so crisp and spot on and just so magical, like really, really magical. And speaking of which, like I think many people may or may not know this about you, but I'd love to know about what you do, personally, because you do sing a lot and you do perform a lot.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes I like to, when no one's around, I like to go to my piano and then sing a bunch of songs and listening to a bunch of music and trying to listen to these harmonies by ear one at a time in my head. I would say so. And yeah, and also with those, while I was recording and listening to the music, I kind of just like danced around, and then and I think I said to myself, I don't know why I'm dancing to these tunes while I'm waiting for the harmonies to come up. Yeah, that's a very hilarious bloopers. I'm not sure if the other cast members that I did with, they probably have bloopers too, right? I think they
Oh yeah, no,
recorded
they
it.
would. Yeah, I mean the famous one is, "Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm Murray. I'm Sam. I'm Sam."
Oh yeah.
That one.
No, he was meant to say Jeff.
Nothing is iconic as that. That's just that takes the cake.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Everyone's like laughed hard, and it was used as a meme. Let me tell you that it
Oh
was
yeah,
kind of
green
a
screen
meme with
meme.
some of the YCPs I've seen, like that Lazy Town, the Mind song, like the ABC, like for the ABC, and then it was like taken down by the ABC, and then the Wiggles just pop up, and then they just laugh, like they laugh their heads off. Let me tell you that, and
I reckon that's a great meme for like all of the like, because I used it in my April Fool's prank when
Oh
I
yeah,
claimed
I
what I
remember.
claimed
Oh
that I
yeah,
what
I
I, what I,
remember.
when I
So
honestly I feel like I made some people angry, and I sincerely do not apologize because it was very, very funny. I was gonna say that I would apologize, but I do not, because I found it very, very funny, and just seeing people's reactions
oh
like
yeah.
just like it was such a bad build up too, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to convince people that it was the real thing unless it ran for like at least over a minute. So then when I did do the video, it just cut to the Wiggles laughing, and just a bunch of clips of all these people laughing in obnoxious ways, and it's just like just
Oh
really
yeah.
laughing in the face of people who really love finding rare stuff from the Wiggles.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one thing that I forgot to mention. There was also I also first collaborated with you on a YouTube video called
High
The
five.
Noisy Family.
Noisy family, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then I was
It's still up there, by the way. Yeah.
yep.
Just go to my YouTube channel and just look up, or just look up High Five with Jonathan, and it's, yeah, you'll find it.
Or just type Joe Wiggles Noisy Family,
Yeah,
and
it'll
hopefully
be easy to find. Yeah, I loved. Yeah, I did a couple of covers from High Five, so yeah.
yeah.
But I think that's what really kicked it off. As I mentioned, I think that was my experience of like, okay, I feel like I can trust you the most because you were the first person I collaborated with. So when I did the fan dubs, or when I announced that I was planning to do a sort of fan dub, you were probably one of the first few people that actually came up in my mind to actually collaborate with, just because I felt like I trusted you because of your singing and acting abilities. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been a great pleasure, let me tell you that. And then when I was doing like the acting parts, I kind of I kind of like add pauses just so you can have enough time to add someone else in. To be honest, it's like a segment. I was trying to
Yeah,
act like a segment, like pretend that someone else is here, has to say their lines, and say something like that, and yeah, just make it work out. Say that.
definitely work out exactly. Well, before we wrap up, because I think we've gone on long enough. I mean, I don't even know what I forgot what we were talking about in the past hour or so. I mean, we did talk about the fan dubs. We'll look back on it eventually. But before we do,
Yeah.
would you like to tell us what you're doing at the moment, what projects you're working on, and what's coming up next, or if there's anywhere that you're performing in that we should know about?
Well, look, I'm still working on new songs, like writing new songs, and probably do some more covers if I find some more covers like Rainbow Connections and what's the other one, the Mana song, and some songs like that. And yeah, I'll probably record them and post them on Instagram. And also, I am still working with the Anthony voice and the Antoine voice and the backing vocals from the past, and yeah, just working on these. I think I remember one time I was saying that I was like rehearsing some of the lines from the Wiggles, and just preparing myself if we ever do those fan dubs, and we'll get straight back into them. But for now, we should like work on one of those fan dubs. Then we'll move on to the next one once it does get released. And let me see if I still got this.
Yeah, and
Hold on,
yeah,
everyone. Let's
I was gonna,
rock this place.
yeah.
I still have that.
I also forgot to mention you're in the Hooly Doolies fan up too. Yeah, yeah, this is what I mean by Jonathan and I collab a lot, because even I
Oh yeah.
trusted him when it came to the Hooly Doolies.
Oh yeah. Say something like, "Hello, it's Antoine," something like that.
The whole
Oh,
hey, that was really really good. That impression you just did. Speaking
Thanks.
of the Hooly Doolies, I think I said on a previous episode, my favorite Hooly Dooly song is the Hello song. Hello, 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 my
Hello, my
friend.
friends.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good. And the theme song, we are the Hooly Dooly, Hooly Dooly, Hooly
Doodly
Doolies. How do
doolies,
you
how do
do?
you do?
yeah.
How do you do? Ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, bum, bum. Hey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
Jonathan,
it.
I'm just curious, Jonathan. Have you got a favorite Hooly Dooly song too?
Oh, I have a lot of favorites. Even some songs they've never released on video, like "Stop That Noise," "In the Jungle," and
Oh no, In the Jungle's on the video. Yeah.
No, In the Jungle wasn't on the video. It was
Deep in the jungle, ooga chugga,
no. I
jungle,
was talking
jungle.
about the other. Like I was talking about the other version. Looking, searching, finding in the jungle. That song. It was
There's a lot
from the
of songs
Wonderful
that,
album.
yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
On our next podcast, we should start a segment called "Finish the Lyric." Where,
Yeah. We'll
like,
try and make it a theme.
we
Yeah, that
could
would
do
be
it
very
now if you want.
surprising.
We're gonna. Oh, that's an easy one. Do the monkey, but
Oh yeah,
give us a song. Let's guess the wiggly lyric.
yeah, something
All
like
right, all
that.
right. Let me try one. Well, tell us now.
Henry, what we gonna do? Oh, tell us now, Henry.
Oh
We
yeah,
wanna dance like you. Clap your hands above your
oh yeah.
head. My
That's
best
a good one.
Henry the Octopus impression. Not
All
that
right.
great, but
Um. Okay. Here's a good one. Let's go.
we're riding in the big red car.
Yes,
No?
yes, that's the one.
Ah,
Oh, I was thinking that. I was about to say, let's go. I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Let me
That
tell
was
you
a tough
that.
one. We'll make sure we make it a theme for the next episode for sure. But anyway, for those listening, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. It's been very exciting to be doing this so far for the past month. We've had some very great guests, and we've got some more interesting guests in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for that and subscribe to this channel to see it first, and follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You'll be able to listen to the podcast there. And thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us for the past hour. It's been a privilege, and we hope to have you back on very soon.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been lots of fun.
Thank you so much. And also thank you to Darby Travers for also joining in and for having his input and contributing. And I don't even know, most of what we talked about, I completely forgot. So can't wait to look at the video again.
yeah. And at the moment, we've recorded for 57 minutes, so a solid hour chat. But no, it's been another great episode, Joey, and really good getting to know you, Jonathan, and best wishes with your future endeavours. And I look forward to seeing any upcoming fan dubs that, you've got in the works. So keep up the good work.
Thank you
Very
so
exciting
much.
stuff.
Thank you
Very
so
exciting
much.
stuff. Thank you, Jonathan. And also thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves, and can't wait to see you next week for who we have next. All right. Thank you for watching, and take care, everyone.
Thank you
Bye
so much.
bye. Keep on wiggling.
See
Keep
you,
on
folks.
wiggling.
Oh yes.
Woo!
Hey.